Hey everyone out there, my name is Eric. I live in Goshen, Indiana, northern Indiana, right on the Michigan border, not far from Notre Dame. And I am doing this video really quick for any folks on YouTube who may have an appreciation of Chrysler's LH vehicles, particularly the Dodge Intrepid. This is a quick video. I've never done a video ever in my life. I don't even have social media. I don't have Facebook. I've never uploaded a video, so this is not meant to be professional. You can make fun of my video skills all you want, but the point of the video is just to show you the car. And if, and I guess, enough people watch it and want more information or a longer, more in-depth video, I'd be happy to do one. So I'm 39 years old, and the Dodge Intrepid came out for 1993. And when I was 10 years old, my best friend's parents bought a 95 Dodge Intrepid. It was brand new at the time, and it was like nothing I had ever seen on the road. And I guess I just kind of became obsessed with those cars at that point. Everything else was so boxy and ugly, and they pulled up in front of my house and picked me up, and I was just in awe. My daily driver is an Audi RS7, a 2021 RS7, the current body style, which is nothing like this car. But I absolutely fell in love when I was a little boy with the Dodge Intrepid, and I'm still in love with them. And the point of this video is to show the people who appreciate it. I just bought this a few days ago. I'm recording this video in October of 2023. This is a mint condition 1993 Dodge Intrepid ES. And it is got the color is called Indy Red. They only offered it for 2 years, 93 and 94. And like I said, I'll give a more in-depth video if people want it. This is just a quick little video, I guess, to see what it, how much attention it's going to get. But I absolutely love it, even though it sounds nerdy, and I have no problem showing it off. It's a real relic, but it's such a staple from my childhood. It's got the 3.5 liter V6. The gold rims, which is such a staple of the 90s. I bought it from a man in Wisconsin. He's the original owner. It had, when I picked it up a few days ago, only 14,500 miles. He barely drove it. It was always kept in his garage. And when he wasn't driving it, it always had a cover over it, which he gave me the cover. It's in the trunk right now, and I'll put it on it later. He got it off the lot brand new in 1993, and I found it online, and it was like a needle in a haystack. I could not believe that I found it. Anyway, you probably want me to move around and show you a few more angles. Here's the interior. When I say it's mint condition, I mean it. It's insane. These are the original floor mats. These aren't. Here, these are the original floor mats that have never even been used. He's always kept them covered. He told me no child has ever ridden in this car, no children. It's never been eaten in. He's had, drinks in it. Yeah, he's had water, whatever, but I don't even know if the back seat was ever even sat in. It is beyond clean. It's just insane how perfect it is compared to all the other, you see so many Intrepids in the junkyard. People didn't take care of them. They don't have a reputation for being reliable, and a lot of people didn't treat them very well. This guy babied this thing. He said more or less, he said he absolutely loved the styling, and he just didn't want to drive it. He wanted to keep it in perfect condition because he had other cars. And if you know anything about used Dodge Intrepids, which I would assume most of you don't unless you're watching this video and you're a nerd about them like I am, you'll notice some things that are just so, it's just crazy. The turn signal here. Look up any older used, well, you can hardly really find the first generation Intrepid anymore for sale because they're all dead. But it's very common for this turn signal where the wiper stalk is to be all dirty and corroded, from years of twisting and using, and it loses its luster and it loses its color, but it's like brand new. All the bulbs work, every single bulb, all the bulbs in the windows, the fog lights, the headlights, even the light under the hood, the tail lights work, the reverse lights work, even the little tail. A lot of people don't know that there's a bulb right here. There are 3 bulbs in the first generation Intrepid, and so many of them, this bulb went out on the corner, and most people didn't even know it had it. So when it went out, you didn't notice, but even those bulbs are on. Let's see. Sorry about the beeping. I guess I can take the key out. I'll show you the gauges real quick. I drove it 6 hours to get it home. It was a 6-hour drive. It now has 15,036 miles. It has the automatic climate control. It has the mid-level stereo, tape player, and radio, and 6 speakers. And it's surprisingly good sounding if you get a good, strong FM station. The engine is super clean. He, had the engine, had the oil change regularly. I'll start. It's the ES models, but it doesn't have every option. It has cloth, which I'm glad, because I don't want leather. It would probably be cracked and dry, and I'd rather have cloth on something this old. It's 30 years old. Another common problem with the Intrepids as time went on and they would sit in the sun when people didn't take care of them is the airbag cover would warp and lift up, but see how flat it is. The only negative I can tell you, which is going to go away soon, I haven't had time, I just got a couple days ago. He had a radar detector here, and he had a sticker, with the Velcro, and I'm going to be very careful and find the right solution, and I'm going to remove that. It's kind of an eyesore, but it's, it's not a big deal because everything else is just so dang perfect. Even the cup holders, which were prone to breaking, are perfect. I've used them a couple times. They still pop out. They're not all corroded or crusty. It's just the automatic climate control works. The radio works great. I tested all the speakers. All the speakers are working. It's missing some features, but I don't care. It doesn't have the automatic dimming mirror. It doesn't have the overhead console, and it doesn't have a sunroof, but it couldn't because Dodge did not offer a sunroof for the 1993 model year. So this is just my quick little video. I don't even know if anyone's ever going to watch it, but if you see it on YouTube and you want more information, feel free to leave comments, and I would be happy to do a much more in-depth video, which will show you a lot more about the car in general, but even all the stuff that the guy still had that he gave me, plus stuff that I still have from my childhood. I mean, he still had the original window sticker. Look at this. Here's a 1993 Intrepid brochure that he still had. He gave me. I already had one. I have multiple other things on the first generation Intrepid. Here's an in-depth motor trend guide that I bought off eBay. Anyway, I have a lot more than this, but I don't want to bore you. I said it'd be short, and this video is already pushing 8 minutes. So, yeah, I loved these cars. I still love them. I'll always love them. I love the styling of them. I did like the redesign for 98. In fact, I still think those are really nice, but I have a special place in my heart for the first body style because that's, the car that I grew up with. I did have an Intrepid years ago. That's a different story. It was a 96 and it wasn't reliable, but I bought it from like a buy here, pay here lot when I was in high school. So what do you expect? And I do like the Chrysler Concorde and the Eagle Vision, but the Intrepid, I always like the styling of it the best. I love the ground effects on the ES model. The bubble, I always called it the bubble that started and then faded into the back door. And of course it has the front end looks like the Dodge Viper, Fun fact, see these lines on the turn signals in the headlights and see how they stop and they kind of form a circle? They only did that for 2 model years, 93 and 94. And then on the back, on the trunk, every Intrepid, whether it was a base model or ES, had this red pinstripe at the bottom of the taillights right here. And didn't matter what color the exterior of the car was. All of the 93 and 94 models had this red pinstripe. I don't know, maybe Dodge thought it looked sporty. It blends in a lot on this car because the exterior is so bright. But they only had that pinstripe on the Intrepid for 93 and 94, and then they got rid of that too. So I've always been curious. Again, yep, I'm a nerd about this car. I've always been curious, why did Dodge stop with the pinstripe and those lights on the headlights and turn signals starting in the 95 model year? My guess, to save money. Maybe it cost them a little more money to etch these lines in and for the pinstripe. I don't know. But this thing is, well, I gotta say that I love it just as much as I do my Audi RS7, and that car is insanely fast. And I'm very proud to drive it. I'm only gonna drive it maybe 1 day a week. Obviously, I want to keep it going. It doesn't have the original battery. He had to replace the battery. The only other thing that is not original is the struts for the hood. I guess I'll show you real fast. Some of you, if anybody watches this, you might at least want to see the engine. I can't believe how clean it is. It's like brand new. It's wow. And the struts, the strut there and strut there for the hood. Well, if you know cars, you know that gas struts lose their charge and they kind of die and no longer have any pressure or power. So he did replace those, but everything else is original. He told me. He had a bra on the front that covered just the top of the hood. It's actually right here on top of these tires, but I did take it off. I might put it back on. These are the original tires, by the way. They're 30-year-old tires. I drove it 6 hours, like I said, and it drove perfectly. I was actually surprised. It was very smooth. The cruise control works fine. Everything works fine. And yeah, so that's supposed to be a quick video on my 93 mint condition Intrepid ES. So if you are or were a fan of Chrysler's LH cars, and before anybody comments, yes, I'm aware there was also the Chrysler New Yorker and the Chrysler LHS. I know, but I kind of I separate those because they were larger and different body style. To me, it's the Intrepid, the Concorde, and the Vision. Anyway, that's my quick video on this 93 Intrepid. If you have any questions, post, and if you want me to do a longer video, just let me know. Thanks, guys.